guys, welcome back and thank you so much for watching. Today's video is a full face of new to me makeup. Some of them are new releases, some of them are new to me, and some of them are review because I've been like putting them to the test for 2 weeks, I guess now, and some of them are first impressions. I just got them yesterday. Before we start, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss on any of my videos. Let's get started. Nice and uncomfortably close. So I will take off those nice fancy earrings because again I can't apply makeup with this. Looking this way always for the mirror over here. For hydrating primer for my cheeks, and by the fact that I'm using like tweezers to open this up, it's a first impression. And look at how cute this packaging is and the color. Hopefully it's the color of the packaging is not the color of the product because I don't want red on my face. We'll see. And this is the Pixie Skin Treats Rose Glow Mist with 7 flower oils, antioxidant botanical boost. Claims on this is like miraculous, so I'm so excited to try it. And I'm barefaced, so I can just like go ahead and spritz it. Okay, I have to shake it. I guess I didn't. Okay, let's redo that. It smells like roses, exactly like roses. I'm gonna wait for it to sink in. Now for the pore minimizing, I finally ran out of my Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blot. Let me show you how it looks like. So that's the Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blot primer. It's my favorite pore minimizing primer. Now I ran out of it, and because I love makeup like so much, I like to try new things. My first intention was getting the Catrice Primer Fine Smoothing Refiner, this one over here, and when I went to Ulta I didn't find it, so I ended up getting the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base Face Primer, and it says like it smooths line and pores and blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. And then when I found this, I got it. Now it kind of looked the same, kind of, but let me break it down for you. I've been trying them side by side. I've been using this one side and this one the other. I like the Catrice one much more. Now, texture wise, the Catrice one is like a little bit emollient and creamy. I don't want to say greasy, it's more creamy and soft, smooth. This one is thick, whipped, sticky. I didn't like the texture, and I like the effect of this one more. This one really does kill pores because it says kills pore over here, kills pores. For today I like the Catrice one much more, so I will be using the Catrice one all over. And I'm just gonna smooth it on the pores area over here. It doesn't peel on me or like give me weird texture or something. It's very nice, and I just use it on my nose. That's where I have my pores, and this area over here. For foundation, if you saw my base products declutter, you would have seen that I got the It Cosmetics CC cream, and I've been like psyched to try it. I've tried it and I love it. Like, people are not kidding when they say it's the best product for the summer. And the way I like to apply this one is I smooth it all over my face using a brush first, and then go in with a sponge to dab it into the skin. It has a slight smell. It's not like too crazy, so I can get past it. It's a very nice shade match for my body over here. In summer, my body gets like tanner than ever, but my face doesn't. What's left on my glass dish over here, I get it on the back of my sponge so the sponge doesn't like absorb so much of the product, but at the same time I get like this natural finish of a sponge. For concealer, I have the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. As you saw in my declutter video as well, I was so excited to try this out. I thought it's gonna be the Tarte Shape Tape with more hydration, more good stuff for your under eye area, which is my most problematic area when it comes to fine lines. I don't know why specifically they called it creaseless, because it's the only concealer that creases on me even after setting it. Like, let's put it this way, all concealers I have ever tried, and trust me, I have tried a lot, crease on me. They crease on me. But when I set them with my loose powder, they don't. They stay put. I don't see lines. But when I apply this one, for some reason, even after setting it with powder, it still creases on me. So where does the word creaseless come from? I don't know. So I've been working my way through like using it up, because I'm not gonna waste it, or like, and I paid like what, $26, $29 for it, something between this range. So I'm gonna use it up, but not my favorite. And I got yesterday the Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Concealer. Let me swatch the Covergirl one because it might be too light. Yeah, this is gonna be too light. Maybe I will save it for winter. I wanted to use it today, but it's gonna be like overly highlighted. So I'm gonna be using the Tarte one. Prove me wrong. Don't crease on me. And consistency wise, it's thick and sticky. Not quite my favorite concealer I have ever tried. I go like a little bit heavy over here, and then just what's still there, I dab it on the outer part of my eye over here. And one other thing, the applicator is so thin and it doesn't hold a lot of products. For me, I would still go with the Tarte Shape Tape, or from the drugstore, the Maybelline Age Rewind, or the Makeup Revolution. To blend it though, I have a new sponge from Sonia Kashuk over here. This came in a set with this two over here, and let me tell you, I tried this one and it's so stiff, and even when it's wet it's stiff, and I didn't like the way it blended away or blended out my concealer. So I really enjoy this particular one in the set. I got it because I wanted something to help out my L'Oreal Small concealer sponge. That's my favorite sponge to blend concealer, because it doesn't take away from the coverage. So if you're wondering I love this one or not, I really like it. The whole set is $7. Those ones, like, maybe if I ever cream contour, I would use them for that, but I love this one for my concealer. And the powder I'll be using is the number 7 Perfect Light Loose Powder in translucent, and I've been using this one a lot. Unfortunately, I haven't tried the flashback because, to be quite honest guys, I don't go in live taking photos with flash. I have two girls, I'm running around like a crazy person most of the time, so this part I haven't tested yet. But for day-to-day use, I really like it. It doesn't dry out my skin. I don't feel Sahara Desert under my eyes. I love it for that. Guys, I'm going to blend this away and apply my powder, like the set slash bake situation that I do, and be right back. As you can see guys, this pointed end fits perfectly over here. It's perfect. And again, I try to apply a little bit more powder over here, so my sunglasses like don't budge so hard. It's gonna budge no matter what, but this makes it a little bit like less. So I don't have a new brow product, but I have a new brow brush, and it's the Anastasia number. It said on the package, and I'm pretty sure it's number 12. And I will be using the Benefit Brow in number 4. And that's one of the first impressions over here. Because I haven't tried this brush before, that's the first time for me to try it. So I will do my brows and come back with the final verdict if it's worth the $18 or not. I'm going to dust the excess powder and then go in with the brow powder, and it's still the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit. This one over here, it's beat up, it's loved, it's used. This brush is worth every penny of the $18. It's so precise, it's amazing. It has just the right amount of movement and stiffness at the same time. It's amazing. I love it. Okay guys, I'm gonna smooth the creased concealer on my lid, then apply the Catrice Primer Fine Brightening Eyeshadow Base, set it with the same loose powder, the number 7 powder, and be right back. I forgot to apply the primer again. You know what, that gave me an idea. Why don't I do one eye with a primer and one eye without, and I will let you know in the description box if this made any difference. Okay, let me have it ready in my hands. Alright, so remember, right eye, no primer, left eye, I have the Catrice Primer. Before talking about the eyeshadow palette I have, let me set my whole face, because in case I have any fallout on my face, on my cheeks, if it's this like creamy, it's gonna stick, but if it has powder on it, it's just gonna be dusted away easily. So that's another first impression. It was 40% off at Ulta, the Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup, and I have it in medium dark. And I will use one of the new Sonia Kashuk number, doesn't say the number, but it's a powder brush. It's very soft. It's like really soft, but it's kind of stiff than what I used to in powder brush, but I'm not mad at it. It kind of helped to stamp the product rather than just like sweeping it on your face, and this way you don't move the product underneath. I already set the middle of my forehead using the loose powder, but I'm setting the parameters so when I add the contour and the bronzer, it doesn't like stick in one area and look muddy. It made the foundation or the CC cream look so cakey on this area over here. It looks cakey. We'll see how it looks after applying the setting spray, because usually setting sprays have the ability to de-cake the cake on your face, so we'll see after that. I like the Physicians Formula one much better, like much better. For eyeshadow, this might be one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes I have ever gotten, period, and it's the Urban Decay Born to Run. So I decluttered my eyeshadow palettes, and this was my latest addition to my collection, and I haven't had used it this video, but I have used it like 4 or 5 times before. I've done amazing looks with it. I have done a look with the shade Big Sky over here. This shade is breathtaking. I will try to put a photo of the look right now. If I couldn't, let me show you how it looks, because of course that's for once I took a photo of it. I'm thinking about doing the same exact look, the cut crease with a little bit of a wing at the end, like I cut it with the concealer and draw a wing with the concealer and then stamp a shimmer shade on it. Do you see that? The shade is, oh my goodness gracious. I'm thinking about doing the same look, but like to change it up, to use something like purpley. I'm not gonna do war. I'm not gonna do oranges, bronzy, orangey, peachy. I'm gonna steer away from all that just for the safety of my life, because you guys are gonna like say enough is enough. Let me see this shade. Ooh. This shade Drift over here. Are you ready for it? Because I kind of not. It's blue. No, it's gunmetal with purpley shift. Can you? I'm not sure if the camera is catching that. But one thing, I'm trying a new eyeliner for the first time. I need a color that will show the eyeliner. The eyeliner will show if it's like strong black or not. Maybe try Guilt Trip over here. Let's see what's it made. The texture is like creamy to a stupid way. Oh wow. Yes, we're doing this one today. Okay, let's do it. We're going purple. So first we're going with Weak Ender over here and a little bit high on the crease right over here. In any makeup palette, I don't like dig my brush hard. I just like softly, gently touching it. I'm going below Weak Ender and I will use Riff. This one over here. And I'm using those shades just to have a foundation for the fun colors we're gonna use. So I'm going a little bit below Weak Ender, still high above my fold, my actual crease, because in the fold or in my actual crease, I'm gonna go with the pink or the plummy shade and I'm gonna cut the crease and I'm gonna cut it above this fold so it appears bigger. But before doing all that, I need a foundation to actually build upon. The Sonia Kashuk Tapered blending brush, and guys, that's the new like release. It's not the old line. It's the perfect brush for me to blend this area over here. It's magic. Okay, the other eye. I'm going back with the previous brush and the previous shade to blend the edges. I'm going to use a very teeny tiny blending brush and I will go with Hellride, lower than the Riff shade. And I'm going right on my bone. So right above where I'm gonna actually cut the crease. And I'm slowly building the color and I'm barely touching my lids. I'm gonna use a tapered brush to blend the edges over here without getting the shade any higher, because I don't want it to get any higher, but I need to blend the edges as well. We do the same thing for the other eye. I will use a little bit smaller and more densely packed brush and go back with Riff, this shade over here, and go over the edges of the purple or the plummy shade. I'm going back with the plum shade to build it up. I'm gonna cut the crease and then work more on the purple over here or the plum over here to make it more pronounced, but let me just cut the crease first. I will use a detailed concealer brush and I will take the Maybelline Master Conceal on the back of my hand. I have to be like uncomfortably close to a mirror I will try to find an angle where I can actually do it, because that's the second time in my life that I do the cut crease, believe it or not. But like, I don't know if it's like the first time is a charm. It was perfect the first time I did it. I don't know if it's gonna end up the same or not. If you have a naturally wide, nice lid space, you will just do the lid space. But for me, because my lid space is just like this part, you see where I close my eyes, that's the only lid space I have, so I'm gonna go a little bit higher than this fold. And I'm going in with the purple shade I showed you. I will swatch it in a second. And then you stamp the shade all over the cut part. Okay guys, I'm gonna do the same thing for the other eye and then come back, do the lower lash line and work on this area over here. Back with both eyes. What I'm going to do right now, do you see it's like a drawn line, right? I'm not gonna touch this line. I'm gonna go above it and intensify the Hellride shade over here. By the way, the shade that's like sparkling and amazing right over here is the shade Guilt Trip over here. And the brush I'm gonna use for that is the M506 by Morphe. Again with the plummy shade Hellside. And I'm going above. I'm not touching the line like at all. And I'm gonna blend the edge of the shade I applied right now using the Morphe M433. I'm gonna be using the shade, the mix of Weekender and Drift, to blend this shade out. I'm using the Morphe M505. It's the same as the big one we used, but a little bit smaller. Make sure it's clean. I have nothing on it, absolutely nothing, and I'm blending. So let's finish this whole eye. Let's work on the lower lash line, okay? One of the new brushes that I got is the M321 by Morphe, and it looks like a pencil or smudger brush. I will use the shade Riff over here on the lower lash line. And then I'm going with the shade Good as Gone, and I'm using it as a liner on the lower lash line. I'm stamping it really close to the lower lash line, close to the waterline actually. And then I'm using the M507 with the Hellride shade, this shade over here, and smudging the shade that we used as a liner. I'm going to blend the crease on this eye just like I did with this one, do the lash line, lower lash line, and be right back. In the waterline, I will use the Balm Batter Up. It's kind of a cream or a stick shadow, but I'm going to use it for the waterline to open up my eyes. For the eyeshadow palette, I enjoy it. Mattes blend like a dream, shimmers are breathtaking. I love this palette. I have the Makeup Revolution Renaissance Flick. First of all, the packaging looks like so fancy, right? Again, looking over here because of the viewfinder, I need to make sure the camera is working and that I'm in focus. Now, I'm not going to do a wild wing. I'm gonna go for the baby wing. And I don't like pull too hard on my eyes because that's not good for you. I'm gonna take a dive over here, so don't mind that. I'll do the eyeliner and be right back. Guys, I will keep an eye on the time span where this is going to dry, because if it's like nice and juicy and black and applies this easily for long time, not really long time, but it doesn't dry, if it doesn't dry like really fast, if it stays for a substantial amount of time, I'm gonna buy 6 and back up. This is amazing. It's matte, it's extremely black, it went over all this stuff that we applied on our eyelid really beautifully. I love it. Now for my face, I'm going to use the Flower Beauty powder brush and make sure it's going smoothly over here, that it's not skipping on me. So my bronzer and it's like it has nothing. So when I apply my bronzer and my contour and all this kind of stuff, it doesn't skip or look splotchy on me. For bronzer, look what I found for $10 at the Nordstrom rack. The Too Faced, the Chocolate Soleil and the Beach Bunny. Probably they are in the Nordstrom rack because Too Faced repackaged all their like bronzer and this kind of stuff. It's like bubbly and chocolatey brown. My guess that's why the old packaging is in the rack. So that's the Chocolate Soleil, and I will use this to bronze and to contour. Now for bronzer, guys, you need to check out the new line from Sonia Kashuk. I use the 3 of them for actually bronzing. This one I tried for blush, it's kind of too big, so I go between this 3 for bronzing. Kind of expensive, but if you want to treat yourself, I would say get them. If you don't enjoy applying makeup and you just need something to get the job done, a $3 e.l.f. brush will be more than enough for you. But for someone like me who's crazy about makeup, I love makeup, I enjoy doing it, I'm always on the hunt for the next great thing, I'm in love. And they are stupidly soft, like really soft. So for the matte bronzer, I will use the Tapered powder, and it has a point to it and it's very nice. It's very nice in applying whatever you're gonna use it for, but for me, I'm gonna use it for my matte bronzer. And I start by applying with the point and then buff it with the edge. I'm gonna take it a little bit on the temple over here, on the forehead. For contour, I'm actually going to use the same bronzer for contour. It's a perfect contour shape. Is you just change to a denser, more precise brush and then you're contoured. I will be using the Ulta Beauty blush brush. I love the tapered part of it, and it's like, it's perfect for contouring. Something over here doesn't want to blend. It's not the product. Maybe because it took me too long to apply the rest of my makeup, because my battery died and my memory card was full, so I did some laundry until I fixed all that. Could be the reason. Okay, now nose contour. That's an Essence eye blender brush. It didn't work that well for me for eyes, but it's, oh, it smells so good. And under the lower lip. Then I'm going to use the large powder with the Beach Bunny. It's a shimmery bronzer. You know, I love my shimmery bronzers. Yes, now I look like I just got out of the sun. Those brushes are ridiculous. I don't like heavily contour my forehead because it's not that big, but I love to bronze it. Guys, remember in my declutter that I had this itty bitty teeny tiny one that I hold on to or held on to? I declared it now because I got the full size, and it's one of my favorite mauve shades, and it's gonna be perfect for fall winter. So that's the only new thing I got. Until yesterday we were at Ulta and the power was disconnected. So when the power came back, the registers took a long time to come back up. So they give us like kind of treat for waiting, and it was the Nars Orgasm, and it's like the birthday perks they have. Do you see the packaging? And I thought it can't be this size, the actual product. And look at that. Oh, it's so cute, right? Do you see the difference in the package size? Are you kidding me? Anyways, that's what I'm going to be using, the Nars Orgasm. And look guys, it has a mirror. It really has a mirror. I'm going to be using the Flower Beauty blush brush, and I need a mirror at this point. Highlighters. Let's talk highlighters. I got the Makeup Revolution by Soph X, and it's a very nice palette. Now I guess I got this after the declutter. Bronzer from the Butter palette, and it looked blinding, and I had to have it. I had to try it. So I didn't get the whole palette because I have like the bronzer that I need, the shade that I need. The shade in the palette is the light one that I already decluttered. So I have this one over here. It's like butter. It's the exact texture of butter, and look at that. It's blinding. It smells like butter, I guess. It exactly smells like butter, and a little bit of sugar with it. So this one, I have been obsessed over it. And guys, if you want to be seen from outer space, if you apply this one, buff it in a little bit, and then go in with the Soph X or any actual goldeny highlighter, and I usually go with this shade over here, and it's very soft, and you go over top the Physicians Formula one, because the Physicians, oh, look at that. Now for another first impression, I've seen this floating around. Okay, the camera can't handle it. Do you see that? It's the Makeup Revolution. Okay, nothing is written over here, but I know it's called the Face Quad, and this is the shade. I know the other one is Ignite. This one, I don't remember the name. Look at these highlighters. The packaging is so nice. It's very sturdy, and it has a mirror over here, a very nice one. Let's see how they actually look on the face. Okay, shut the front door. Okay, do you see that? Oh my god. Me and highlighter. Okay, I don't think I need any other highlighter in my life. Do you see that? And I'm telling you guys, this brush makes all the difference. Do you see that? Like, what happens if I apply some of the white? You have to remind yourself that's enough. I'm actually going to use the Ulta Beauty highlighting. I don't know how is this highlighting, but I'm gonna use it to blend this edge over here, and I'm gonna use the bronzer to do that. My blush brush is empty. I'm just going over this part so I don't have a streak. Everything flows nicely. Nose highlighter, I'm gonna go with the golden shade. I go for the exclamation mark look. Just a tiny bit of a dot over here. Don't make it any wider. The wider you're gonna apply your highlighter to your tip of your nose, the wider and the bigger your nose is gonna look. So it has to be just the tiniest bit. If your nose is too white from here, just don't highlight it. Highlight just the bridge. Let's go mascara and brow gel. For the mascara, I have the Big Tease Plumping Mascara by Buxom, and I got this like as a perk from Ulta with the Born to Run palette. So I have never tried the excuse me, it looks like a Christmas tree. Okay, mirror as usual. And as you know guys, I go from the top first. I'm not gonna curl it actually today. Okay, I love the tip because it makes it so easy to get to those small forgotten lashes over here. Okay, that's the second coat. I'm gonna do the lower lash line. I don't think it's bad. It's not like moving mountains for me though. Okay, this I have used before, the Pixie Glow Mist with Propolis and Argan Oil. I love the glow it gives my skin. Let me look for my fan because I don't want this to get in my eyes. And for the middle of the face, I'm going to be using the Makeup Fixing Mist. This one has alcohol in it, so I'm just gonna focus it on the middle, and I'm not gonna go ham with it because it has alcohol. And smells like roses. Smells a lot like the Rose Glow, the one that we primed with. So this one I love, and you can see immediately how it transformed the powdery cakey look into glow goodness over here. I love it. For my brows, I'm gonna use the Essence. That's my favorite brow product or brow gel of the moment, and it's the Essence Make Me Brow. For lips, I'm torn whether to use the Flower Beauty Mix and Matte Lip Duo in Honey Nude. I've tried this. I'm absolutely in love. I love it. Or the Pixie by Petra in Pastel Petal, the Matte Last Liquid Lip in Pastel Petal. I guess I'm gonna go with the Flower Beauty one because I love it more. I'm gonna line my lips with the Rimmel in Rose Quartz. Then I'm gonna go with the lip gloss. It's kind of transforming it into a metallic kind of a lipstick. It's not a gloss, but I love it, and the staying power on this product is impressive, really. And that's it guys. Let me see if I can fix my hair. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and like it. If you did, thumb up, don't forget. And before you go, I will be so happy if you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. Share the video. Until the next one, bye.